Hey guys, Nick here from S2 Strategic Defense, back for lesson number 2 to help you guys prepare for the upcoming seminars that we have here in the US and in Canada on defensive edge weapons level 1. If you guys can't make it out to the sessions, well, I'm heartbroken, but you can definitely check out my full feature online training program at s2online.academy. In the first lesson, we talked a little bit about the 5 angles of attack: 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we talked more in detail about learning how to steer the front of the knife, being able to point the front of the knife into the fight every single time, and why it's so important. We don't want to chamber and take the knife and point it somewhere else because it exposes our vital targets, and we have to be able to protect those at all points in time. In this lesson, I'm going to help you guys correct a common pitfall that I see all the time, okay? And it's horrible. When we talk about base in structure, and in the courses and in the seminars, we'll be spending some grave detail and a great amount of time in correcting that, because that is the foundation of the system. But one of the things that we're going to talk about is arm placement for the knife. Now, traditionally speaking, that's kind of it depends on what kind of guard you're in. We'll talk more about that in detail in courses and in the seminars. But as a rule of thumb, what we want to do is minimize targeting. We want to be the smallest target possible. And so what happens is you'll see a lot of people who put their arm forward where they're exposing the entire forearm and they're holding the knife, right? And they're kind of moving around and they're doing the dance, and they're moving around and they're doing the dance, and the knife is out here and their arm's in here. And that's a no-no. You do not want to do that. The problem with this is that it allows for people to not only attack the arm, the wrist, the hand, which ultimately means they're taking the knife out of the fight, but it also allows them to grab on, latch on, trap, pass, and stuff you up, and that way your knife is no longer good. The rule of thumb is that you have to be able to control every inch of the blade as it comes, right? So as you need it. We do not want this out here. Think about the puño end of the knife, the butt end of the knife, and I want you to bring that kind of in front of your belly button. This is kind of a, you have to give in for some anatomy here, but I want you to bring this in tight, okay? And no longer is somebody seeing the arm. They don't have the opportunity to grab onto that, to latch onto that, to attack that. We want to make sure that's in as tight and close to our bodies as possible, and then be able to use those 5 angles that I showed you guys in lesson number 1. So make sure you guys check that out. Keep that arm in tight. One of the ways that I learned how to do this in my upbringing was we would literally take a belt, an elastic band, a piece of rope, and we tie it around our own arm, around our torso and our arm, to bring this arm in, and then we'd end up having to move as such. That taught us a habit of not extending the arm, okay? So I want you guys to really focus on bringing this in. So now you have 5 angles of attack. We talked a little bit about steering the front of the knife, and now you're going to be able to correct a poor behavior, okay? Now these are all fundamental things, but guys, an advanced practitioner doesn't necessarily know more. They can apply the fundamentals better every single time. That's what makes them advanced. So get in front of a mirror, get in front of a camera, really pay attention to where you have the front of the knife and where you're placing the arm. Bring that guy back in. I'll help you guys fill in the details. Guys, check out the online course. Meet us at the sessions. Definitely come up to the one in Canada, in Ottawa. That's going to be a lot of fun. And I'll see you guys on the next video lesson.